everybody, it's me, ShandrahFaith, back for another Soul Tribe Cult Club Collective reading. And I am now on my, what I feel like is the scabbing phase of spiritual healing. So I'm fixing to do a love reading. I think I'm ready. So I did get out my white sheet is there. Like a virgin, like a like a virgin. I just posted that I put my first Muay Thai, picture of me at my first Muay Thai tournament. And I put it to like a virgin. And now this is like Virginia white. And for the transparent tarot that I'll be reading from. And yeah. It's time for some lovin'. So we're going to start out with getting into the vortex. Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham, a deck of 60 relationship cards, 111 on the timer. So let's get into the vortex first, people. Oh my gosh, I need to upside down. No, just one card. Okay, let's get into it. How are you doing? Doing good? Yeah, I feel it. We're healing. That's what we're doing right now. So, let me see. Inspired action is always pleasurable action. I have been having my impulses. I was in the car wash today, and I was thinking about how when the Enterprise or any starship from Star Trek is in impulse. I always think that's like they're just kind of putting it in neutral and just letting it kind of go where it needs to flow. And that's how I feel about the impulses, inspired action that Esther talks about. The dominance of your thoughts is what brings everything to you and is what is behind the action that you offer. By seeking good feeling thoughts that align you with your source, your action will then always feel good. You cannot muster enough action to compensate for misaligned thought, but action that is inspired from aligned thought is always pleasurable action. Yes, I can read that. I feel like I haven't done a cult club love reading in a while, but I got through it. I didn't go to Muay Thai class, or was it? Yeah, that was Wednesday. Today's Thursday. Yeah, I was just too much on my 9/11 vibes, so. But I think I'm good now. I slept a lot. I can't believe the last 3 days how much I've slept, and just I was telling my husband I'm growing muscles because sometimes you need rest to grow your muscles, your spiritual and your physical muscles. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely or angry or worried or disappointed. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and others, as you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships, you train your vibrational offering to match the vibration of your desires, and your perfect mate must then come. It is law. Yay. I can get from an unwanted to a wanted relationship. Yes, we do. Because we are moving on. This is what that healing was these last couple days. Moving on so we can let go of the things that are blocking what we're trying to receive right now. And the moon is getting fuller, people, and it is growing. And that means we need to have our abundance catchers wide open. And if we're thinking about a new relationship, we got to let go of that old one. As you walk away from one unpleasant situation, the law of attraction will bring another that feels very much like it, and usually quickly. You just cannot get there from there. To get to where you want to be, to that place of feeling better, you have to reach for alignment between you and you. Capital Y, you. Getting yourself feeling good before you take action is always the best process, for when you do not feel good, you cannot be inspired to any action that will solve the problem. Everything is always working out for me. Nothing ever goes wrong because every piece of contrast, no matter how wrong it seems to be, is always helping you to clarify what it is you do want. And that is the thing that we want you to remember most of all. The contrast, no matter how it looks in any moment, is contributing mightily to your expansion. The things that you call things going wrong in your life experience are actually only the distance between the things that are so right and your current perspective about them. All right, those were our getting into the vortex cards. We're here, we're in the vortex. Seeing about our love life. We all have the same love life in this cult club. It's just how it is. We're just dealing with the same shit. That's why we're in the same club now. So, I love these because it tells like a little story. And I just feel different using these cards. Lots of swords. We're in our thoughts. Or is someone else in our thoughts? We're in our thoughts. Whoa, I like how that looks. Scoot, 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 scoot. Wow, okay. Okay. There. Ooh, there's a glare. There's a glare. Hey, I'm back. I tried to get rid of the glare, but it's there. And I made it a little dark so we could see these, and maybe I'll stop and change the exposure. But let's read from the Transparent Tarot. So our first card up here is the Five of Swords. What's happening? What's happening to us? Four, five. Here we go. Wait, four. Oh, it's by the fives. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. He's down here. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Oh, he doesn't look like he's having a great time. Okay. The image displayed in the Five of Swords is quite clearly not an optimistic one. Here we see a figure apparently in the aftermath of a confrontation in which not only he is not the victor, but his weapon is completely shattered. Oops, did someone break your heart and then shatter their own sword? Yeah, well, that's what happens when we have strong hearts. Because the swords are related to the element of air and thus the mind, it's unlikely, though not impossible, for it to have been a physical fight. It is more likely that the swords, well, see, I said words instead of swords. Words here represent a point of view, a principle or a line of reasoning that not only has been countered, but well and truly trampled on. Oh, you broke Gretchen. They broke Gretchen Wieners. The unseen victor in this situation may well be considered a bully for the unnecessary extent to which he has hammered home the defeat of his opposition. Perhaps it would have been wiser for the querent to spend more time in the recuperation shown in the Four of Swords, but he or she has tried to face a challenge that they are not ready for. The posture of the figure shows that little hope remains and that he is no longer even willing to fight. Certainly one of the lessons offered by this card is that fighting is not always the best option when faced with impossible odds. I know. We are a fight club, but fight club members also know when to fight and how to take a fight and not pick fights. Not every battle can be won, and it may be more prudent to conserve strength for those in which it can really make a difference. Through this card, we may learn what it means to face insurmountable odds. On a physical level, it may appear in the case of an illness that is proving difficult to beat. It may also point to the loss of a legal dispute or court case in which the opposition plainly has the upper hand. In this situation, this card may advise that it would be better not to pursue the matter at all and to conserve resources and dignity. It is a card that may appear if someone is being bullied at home, school, or work, and suggests the best solution may be to try not to engage in any conflict with them. Since it is a card that deals with mental states, it may indicate someone whose lack of drive and success in life is due to their own negative attitude, creating their own worst enemy in themselves. The Five of Swords may appear in a relationship reading if someone feels constantly put down or even abused by their partner. Yep. We found those flags, those red flags that we didn't see. They were pink flags. And we were like, oh, pink is our favorite color. We wear it on Wednesday. No, we found them. Well, after someone cut us off and broke their damn sword in the whole process. So we've let go, Elsa, right? So now we are moving on and realizing those red flags that we thought were pink flags and letting go. It was hard. I felt like I was also actually these last couple days letting go of my ex and feeling like it was painful. It was grief. I didn't break up with myself. Someone else did it broken. It breaks your heart. So, and especially in something that you didn't think was broken and then it gets broken. It sucks. So yes, I know we're trying to, look for the things I appreciate about relationships, but if we're trying to move on from a relationship, we got to find out the things that broke us. If it's spiritual ideals that are challenged in the Five of Swords, then it's a reminder that there is no need to fight those who do not understand or agree. The only person who needs to acknowledge and embrace your beliefs is yourself. When the Five of Swords is reversed, it may well be that it is the querent who has emerged victorious in the situation, but at what cost? This card warns us not to cause unneeded suffering in the wake of our success, not to gloat in the defeat of others. Yes, we're healed. We're moving on to new territory, but we're not going to wish ill on those who have harmed us with their swords of words, sword words, and breaks and breakups and breaking us. We're not going to wish ill on them. And if they come back towards us, we're not going to be rude. We're going to be nice, great. We're proper young ladies and gentlemen, bros and brosofitas. This is a refinery school as well. So we don't need to choose. It's not that we're going to choose our battles. It's that we're not going to choose any battles. And we're going to be dignified knights in this fight club. Chivalry. Okay, then we have the Seven of Wands. Do you see that guy? He's trying to get out of the box. Oh, he's defending himself. I see. Oh, I got it. See, that was the person who broke up everything, ruined everything, burned the relationship down. And then this is a Seven of blocking. Do you want to build a snowman? No. But I think we're done defending ourselves. But we have to recognize being in that defensive posturing. But yeah. Block it out. Conceal, to feel, put on a show. Just block him out. Block him out. Seven of Wands. Each expansion from a position of stability brings its time of struggle as the status quo rearranges itself. Although the Seven of Wands may seem reminiscent of the power struggles and frustration of the Five of Wands, In this case, the energies are more focused and hence more of a threat to individual control and leadership. In contrast to the mess of wands, all vying for attention, and the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands shows us a dynamic figure battling valiantly with his one wand against 6 wands, which seems very much focused on his downfall. Despite the overwhelming odds, the figure seems to be handling the situation well, relishing the challenge. Yes, that's us, Cult Club. This is a portrayal of a true warrior. Yes, warrior fight club, yay! Who is able to use the fire and focus of his enemies against them, displaying his prowess and worth. The victory of the Six of Wands has drawn attention to him as a leader, and he must continually prove himself in order not only to keep his position, but protect those who are his responsibility. His pose is solid, yet full of action, with no thought of retreat. The pressure is on, and there may be a feeling of being swept away by the momentum of events. Success comes from discovering the true strength and exertion of willpower. There is no room for complacency or intellectual discussion with the suit of wands. Wands are full of passion and action, and this card holds the kind of fire in which heroes are forged. Can't hold us back. Can't hold us back. All these little shards. No. Bye. I'm just locking up. I'm just closing up. The Seven of Wands shows a direct and organized attack upon the querent's status position. Reputation. We're going to be listening. That's what really helped me through this breakup. And reading the 57 Laws of Power, I think. Oh, I forgot it. But that's what my friend Leo got me into it. And it totally correlated. Because my ex broke up with me a week after my friend Leo came to visit. And that's when shit went down, okay? That's when the sword broke. Oh, my God. Back in the day, okay, 4 months ago. Well, more than 4 months ago. But I'm trying not to count, people. I'm really trying not to count, okay? If the Seven of Wands should appear in this relation to health matters, it could indicate a serious health problem or illness, which may be overcome despite professional opinions. And I was getting that about if you have people in the past who have harmed you and they're going through this karmic cycle for the things that have happened to them. That's why we don't pick our battles with these people, because the people who are in the clearance pile, because that first of all drains our energy, and we had been giving to them and thought they would change, but they didn't. And then they cut us off, and now they're dealing with health issues, financial issues, car troubles, house troubles. I don't know, the troubles. Because this is the year of 2024 adds up to 8, which is the infinity sign, as it's before, the karmic cycle. So whatever karma, and then that goes for good karma too, you know, for us goody goods, our goody goodies of the light at Cult Club Collective. So our karma's getting back. We're just shutting the door on this. We're nailing it. Kind of looks like he's like just hammering them away. Close that door. We're moving on to the sun. Right here. Do you see this? We're moving to the sun. Into the sun. Okay. So yeah, we're moving on. This person's dealing with their karma. We're dealing with our karma, because what are we doing? We're moving on to the sun energy, which I opened to perfectly, magically. Okay. The sun is an expression of accomplishment and pure joy. That's one of our vocab words. Abundance and joy is our most recent vocab words. The sun is expression of accomplishment and pure joy. There's an innocence to this card that is particularly apparent in traditional decks, where a naked child runs on the back of the white horse, armed with the rays of the golden sun. We got that in the last video on our Golden Age of Hollywood deck, and it was the girl. She was naked on a horse. It was beautiful. It was free. It was us. This is the youthful figure of the Greek god Apollo, who is the god of music and poetry and later became associated with the sun god Helios. For this deck, the image has been simplified to a beneficent and joyful face in the sun itself, radiating amber light. Amber is a color of energy. 311, yeah. The eyes of the sun are wide open, since this card deals with the apparent world or middle world and the physical manifestation of dreams and ambitions. Inspirations and dreams that may have come from the star and the moon cards now reach their true expression in the sun, which bursts forth with abundance and creativity. Long-planned projects finally see the light of day, and great success shines its light on all who come under the influence of this card. There is a feeling of being reborn that comes with this card, like a bright and golden dawn after a long, fraught night. There are no fears and shadows that can escape the all-pervading glow of the sun, and all phantoms and nightmares are chased away, leaving only the great light. The light of the sun reaches so deeply into ourselves that we realize it's also emanating from our souls, as the star gave us the hope and inspiration of connection with the divine. So the sun gives us the true realization of the fact. Under the influence of this card, we realize our part of the divine whole and express it freely. And they keep saying under the influence, and Esther has this, what do I say? This can't, one of her rants about having bumper stickers that say under the influence, but it's under but it's under the influence of source. Okay. You'll be watching the videos and you'll be like, I know, under the influence. We're under the influence. I get it. Okay. In many ways, the sun is one of the simplest cards of the deck. Under the sun's influence, we may experience the world through the eyes of a child, which wonder and joy in our hearts. All his bright energies are flowing high, and success is ensured. That's where we're going. We close that door. We're over here. We're on the boat. I think we got the sun and the boat, the Six of Swords. Did we, or did we get the Six of Wands? I don't know. But we have the Six of, I want to say Six of Boats, but Six of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So we still got a little going on there, don't we? But we're moving away. Six of Swords. Having survived the potentially humiliating defeat of the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords finds its solution and escape. This is not a rushed or dishonorable exit, but a calculated and logical retreat. Okay, we're not calculated. Okay, we're not retreating. We're not running away. Logical retreat. Calculating, logical. Not dishonorable, sorry. The figure on the boat certainly seems relaxed, but watchful, and the waters are still. There are no oars or sails present since this boat is powered by the will of a focused intellect. The other dimension of possibility here is that the lack of evident means of propulsion. Oh my gosh, what was I saying about being on impulse power? No evident means of propulsion shows it trust in divine guidance, and that the destination may be in part determined by the fates. So our boat's going downstream. That's what we're focusing on. We're not trying to go against the current. We're going to let everything flow, and that's where all of our success and that sun energy is. We're flowing towards the sun. And as Esther says, a toaster doesn't want to be the electricity, okay? You're not the electricity, you're the toaster, okay? And make sure you're plugged in or you're not going to work. So energy, electricity to a toaster is like the power of source of our higher selves that guides us, and we don't need to push or try to collaborate everything. That's to a higher power. That's what it means to have faith, to trust, to believe in a higher power, is that you just go do your thing. If you want to go to the car wash, go to the car wash. You want to go get a drink of water somewhere, go get a drink of water somewhere. Just follow that impulse. We're on impulse power. Water is symbolic of the unconscious mind and the emotions, so there is a sense that the mind is soothed and healed by a newfound inner balance and trust in intuition. The calm waters and upright source show us that whatever the reasons for the journey, it is the act of a sound mind that has come to terms with past difficulties and now wishes to move on. The heartache of the 3 and the struggles of the 5 are being left behind, and ahead lies hope for a fresh start and a better future. Yay, flowing downstream. But we also got a little problem. Houston, we have a problem. We got these 8 swords we also got to deal with, okay? We didn't I told you about that heart baggage we had. We're still dealing with it, but we're flowing. We're going with the flow, but we got a lot of swords still. I mean, did you see what this person did to us? They stabbed us with their swords, and then their sword shattered into a bunch of pieces, so now we have all these swords. So we got a lot of swords to deal with, okay? Okay. The Eight of Swords. In perhaps the most challenging of all the eights, a figure is surrounded by 8 swords that seem to pin her to the spot, but didn't. Was it either the wands or the sun was telling us that we are up for the challenge? So this may be the most challenging of all the eights, but we can handle it, people. A figure is surrounded by 8 swords that seem to pin her to the spot. Her hands are behind her back as though she is bound. I want to put her right here. Like, do you see that? Da-da-da. That looks cool. Okay. Well, there she is. That's where we put her. Of course, she could just step forward, but what damage may she suffer from the blades of the swords? Yet somehow she must, for what kind of existence is on hand if she does not? Typical of the suit of swords, this card dwells in the realm of thoughts and fears and shows the power they hold over us. Although the figure may trap within a very real situation, the barriers holding her back from transcending it are conjurations of an oppressed mind. To defeat that power may be painful and fraught with difficulties, but the potential of freedom makes it worthwhile. Oh, that is how I've been feeling after these 3 days of rest. My hermit mode. I was totally in hermit mode. But yeah, that's the best way when you're having all these thoughts coming at you, like the swords flying at you. The best thing to do, what Esther says, is so when you have 2 trains coming at each other, you're not going to stop them right away, but you can slow them down, and that's through meditation. So I feel like I've been saying this about the last couple of videos, but I have to, because that is a major prerequisite for our Cult Club class college course, is that you need to know how to meditate and be doing it so we can deal with all these swords that happen from this heartbreaker. Okay. And not just like a person who did this for us. I mean, just like our past trauma, you know, we were just going over our trauma triggers. And so that's also what we have to deal with. But I took 3 days off and I'm ready. Okay. I'm ready. I didn't know. I guess my whole body had to shut down so that I could deal with the thoughts. Remember how I was talking about how I had these thoughts in my head that were like, I hate you, I hate myself, I hate, until it took me like 2 days to turn it into love. And then last night I did a final Jason Stevenson sleep meditation where I met 3 of my spirit guides, and that was just, it was so transcending. So yes, recommend Jason Stevenson's sleep meditations. And so, yeah, now I feel clear. I feel like I've handled the swords. Like the last 3 days, yeah, it's just then these terrible thoughts about myself. My ego monster was really hating on myself. Your biggest critic is going to be yourself. And that's because of what people have said to you. It sticks with you. And what you've heard other people say. And that creates this swords energy right here. Okay, so let's move on from all these swords, because look at this, people. We got pentacles, we got some justice, we're balancing the scales, and the wheel of fortune. We're spinning that wheel with our karma. What were we talking about? The karma. Okay, but how many? So we have 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, so that's 13 Pentacles. Ooh, that's so nice. Okay. Well, let's see what the 4 of Pentacles energy is. We're keeping to ourselves. I think that's what we're doing. We're keeping our dreams to ourselves. Because, yeah, we're racking up our pentacles, people, while this person's picking up the pieces of their broken stuff that they broke. We're up here collecting pentacles. The stable nature of the force, combined with this naturally stable element of earth, creates in the 4 of Pentacles a card that is so stable that it seems unwilling to move at all. In this image, we can see a figure possessively clinging to 1 pentacle as it keeps another 2 firmly under his right foot. A 4th pentacle seems to crown the figure as it rests on his head. Much was gained during the process of the earlier cards in the sequence, and now it is being fiercely protected. From the pose of this figure, we can see that little is likely to escape his grasp, but he is also limited as to what he is open to receive. So yes, we are, we're in this holding our cards close to our chest, right? So, but that's what I'm saying. We're racking it up. We used to overgive. My last relationship, it's like I felt like I was always giving. I was always the one reaching out. And then I just let him have his space. And then that didn't help either. So it drains you. I felt physically drained. And I felt like these last 3 days, I was finally getting rid of that and just being okay with just receiving. Because I think a lot of us have grown up giving and people pleasing, and because we were affected with that as kids, about pleasing others and making people proud, and it's very draining. A relationship should be equal. It should have that equality right here. I think that's why this wheel is in our future, because the wheels of fate are turning into our karma, where we can find a relationship that is balanced and makes us happy. So then we have the 6 of Pentacles. So now we're at 10 Pentacles, people. Mirroring the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles also shows an adult figure sharing a moment with a small child. Since the suit of Pentacles relates to earthly matters, the difference here is that the card refers very much to sharing of material rather than emotional wealth. The woman shown in this card seems to have more than enough for her needs, with 5 pentacles contained within her robes. Perhaps this shows her recollection of the lean times of the 5 of Pentacles. It could be living through that experience that leads her to the generous act of giving a 6th pentacle to the child who has nothing. And I found it interesting because this is actually backwards, so in the reverse. So I feel like that's giving to ourselves, giving into our inner child. Also, that has helped me. I got a Slurpee this week, and Esther even says if you find an impulse to go to get a Slurpee, go get it. And I just felt like I treated my inner child to what it wanted. Okay. And that rest, then it really needed a nap, and I really connected to that inner child, because I realized part of who was saying I hate myself was my inner child. And I was just like, oh, that's so sad. Like if I saw any of my preschool kids just in a corner saying that to self, that would make me feel bad. And so there's a child inside of me that had been saying it hated itself. So I unpacked that, had to take 3 days off of training. Well, I only took 2 days off. I'm going today. But just this rest and rejuvenation. So we're giving to ourselves. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles over here, which now the 3 of Pentacles is also working up. We're working up towards things, but it's reaching out. So now once we've gotten to that 10 of Pentacles, that completion, we're going to have towards the end of this healing. And as for me, it's right now. So yeah, as we get to the end of the healing, we're going to be able to look at this. Look at how he's offering the coin now. Now that he's collected all these coins, he has coins to give to create that balanced relationship, the balanced destined relationship. So 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is again a solitary figure reflecting the pose of the 3 of Swords. However, whereas the 3 of Swords was focused inward, the 3 of Pentacles offering out his achievements to the world. The 2 Pentacles that were the cause of the previous card's dramatic balancing act are now tamed and sitting behind the figure as he simultaneously admires and displays the results of his efforts. The kneeling pose is not only indicative of the amount of energy that the figure has put into his work, but is also suggestive of supplication to his superior. It also looks as though the figure is observing his own reflection as he gazes at the pentagram, and in a way he is for so much of himself has been put into his work. The Three of Pentacles is right to be proud of his creation because the work of high quality and any accolade is well earned. So we working, bitch. That's what I was saying. We are working, and working means healing, and healing means working. Okay, so let's get into this Justice card right here. Number 9, that's what I was talking about right here. Or no, number 8. Yeah, that's what I actually... Number 8, that sign of the year of the karmic cycle. Number 8. Oh, wait, number 8. Justice. Yeah, okay. Justice, as she appears as most traditional tarot decks, is a familiar figure in many cultures. She is almost always seen as a dignified woman with a regal bearing, holding a sword in one hand and scales in the other. Quite often, the figure of Justice wears a blindfold to symbolize her emotional detachment and objectivity, and the need to look within to find the truth. In this rendering, this card and the familiar symbols of the sword and the scales have been combined into one, the scales balancing precariously on the sharp tip of the blade. These two symbols have been intimately associated with the concept of justice for many centuries, probably since the objects themselves came into being. The scales have been used to symbolize justice far back as ancient Egypt, when it was believed that our souls were weighted against the weight of a feather after death, which unatoned sins causing the scales to tip. Oh my gosh, in the last video we got the judge card, so we're in that justice energy. We're able to judge, we're out of our fields, we're out of our swords energy, and we're able to move on clear-minded towards the next relationship. Good for us. The sword, like the scales, is also two-sided and in balance, or rather, it is double-edged. It is the sword of justice that displays her authority and dispenses the appropriate punishment. Like the sword, any punishment will always be double-edged, for what seems justice may be judged unfair, suffering by another. But what this is also saying, with our Wheel of Fortune, we are not wielding that sword of karma. We are not giving out the karma, you know. We're not doing bad things to people who have broken our hearts and stuff, or even wishing bad things, you know. That's why there's a sword, your thoughts. But we are balanced. We are only the judges of ourselves, really. And so we're balancing that out for our new relationship. But the karmic justice is delved out by the universe, and that is the Wheel of Fortune, number 10. So that goes into that completion cycle again. We got those 10s, right? Wheel. Unlike most traditional decks, there is no complex array of a mythical beast on show in this card. Instead, the forces of fate and chance are here represented by a Native American medicine wheel. I was like, what is this medicine wheel? It's one of my favorite. When I first got into spirituality, the medicine wheel was a big thing that kept coming up. And this was one of my earliest, this transparent deck was one of my earliest decks. And yeah, I'm very into the Native American medicine wheel. The 4 directions indicated by the segments of the circle not only represent the 4 elements of earth, air, fire, and water, but also the seasons and forces through which we in the world travel. Within these 4 directions are also contained all creatures, plants, and races of the planet, according to the season and element that they are aligned with. In short, it is a simplified version of the web of life itself. As we move through the seasons and elemental forces ebb and flow within us, so there are times when we seem gifted by the forces with good fortune. It is these times of which this card speaks. The wheel represents that force that on the simplest level we think of as luck. The forces of fate can appear inexplicable and random, sometimes leaving us changed forever. A stroke of luck can seem like a completely random bolt from the blue, whereas there may be, in fact, many undetected ripples leading up to the event. On a deeper level, we can see this as the workings of the web of life, and through it may seem mystifying to us since our view is limited to our own existence as part of the bigger picture. It has a harmonious place. The wheel rules over all such events that seem engineered by fate or mysterious forces. And though it normally brings good fortune, the same forces can bring what seems to be misfortune. In this case, you must remember that there is growth and learning to be found in all situations, and that if it is the weaving of the web that has brought us such happenings, there must be a higher purpose. So look at that. We went through that whole cycle. And the turn. That was the song. I was trying to figure out that song. I was like, what was that song that I was saying in the last video? Turn by the Birds. Is that what it's called? And so the seasons turn. Dun, dun. You guys are great. Okay, so I wanted to get some cards from our True Love reading cards. See what we need to work on in our love area, life purpose. The Rainbow Reviver, yin and yang, that balance. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to adjust the exposure, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and we're going to go read about these. Strive for harmony and balance in your inner and outer life through change, reflection, and growth. Love, relationships, and life in general infused with the yin and yang energies of both the feminine and the masculine. When feminine and masculine energies flow well together and around each other, you will be blessed with harmony, balance, abundance, and joy. When there is too much of one energy or when one is weak, you'll be challenged in certain areas of your life and relationship. In an existing relationship, there may be too much yin if the female is dominant in some way. Maybe the home is too pretty and the male cannot find a place where he feels comfortable, or their lives have become all about children and the sexual. I was like, how can a home be too pretty? Yang energy has disappeared. If there's too much yang present, the female present, the female feels suppressed or controlled. Whatever the imbalance, it needs to be addressed. Yes, we're balancing. If you're seeking your soulmate, take a moment to sit quietly and tune into your own balance of yin and yang. Do you have a tendency to be too passive, too much yin with a potential partner, or too aggressive, too much yang? If you always let the other person make the decisions, or if you are always the one trying to make something happen, then it's time to create more balance. You have drawn this card today so that you can consider the levels of yin and yang in your life and make adjustments where necessary. Make the required changes in your behavior, environment, and even your wardrobe. Outer change must be accompanied by inner reflection and growth. Contemplate the yin-yang symbol, then close your eyes and meditate on the feeling of your energies being balanced and harmonious once more. Call in whichever one you feel you need more and wear a yin-yang symbol as a pendant for an even stronger connection to the balance and harmony it depicts. The Rainbow Reviver. We get this a lot because we're reading rainbows. Feeling good from the inside out is important no matter what is happening in your personal life. Yeah, we need this. We all need a little lift from time to time, and a Rainbow Reviver is a great way to put a smile on your face. When you are single, the rainbow can help you feel more positive and lovable. If you're in a relationship and the challenges of life have worn you down a little, the rainbow will brighten up your day. You can give yourself a Rainbow Reviver anytime. It only takes a minute. First, take a nice deep breath, exhale fully, and get present in your body in the moment. Then imagine a rainbow with its 7 rich luminous colors. Picture the rainbow flowing towards you and streaming into your own crown chakra on the top of your head, filling you up until you overflow, allowing it to wash over the surface of you as well. Then affirm to yourself, the rainbow is cleansing, uplifting, and energizing. I feel peaceful, positive, and happy. You have drawn this card today because your angels and spirit guides would like you to use this simple technique whenever you need a cosmic hug. They even suggest that you put a picture of a rainbow on your mobile phone, computer, or in your wallet to remind you of this lovely technique, because life gets busy and it's easy to forget that help is at hand. Drink in the soothing, healing, uplifting energy of the rainbow as often as you like. You can't overdo it. Yes, I love look up pictures of full circle rainbows. It's amazing, because it really is we just only see half because of the earth, but they're actually circles. Or you can go to my channel page, Reading Rainbows Divination. There's a picture of a rainbow that was over my house. Okay, life purpose. Your own natural intuition and the genuine wisdom of your heart is here to guide you. And I was getting, when I was doing stuff, when I do readings about my crush, and a lot has been coming up about if you're interested in someone, instead of pursuing them, pursue your life purpose, is what I was getting. So that's why this card's out here. We're not trying to chase anyone. We're just pursuing our life purpose, and that shines out and attracts potential new loves and more balanced relationships when they come and see your light shine and bring in the moths to the flame. At the deepest level of our existence, loving and being loved is a major part of our life purpose. We feel it within us all the time as our souls call for deeper connection and meaningful expression of the most powerful force in the universe, love. During those times in your life when you are not in a relationship or are experiencing relationship problems, it can be empowering to remember your greater life purpose as a being of love. Giving and receiving love is not an act confined to intimate relationships or family. You can enjoy this beautiful energy anywhere you are by choice. Remember that you're part of a huge family here on earth, connected to every living thing, including plants and animals. In order to attract the kind of love you want or rekindle love in your current relationship, it's necessary to love whenever you can. This is the higher life purpose for all of us. How is it possible to be love? Well, firstly, it's important to realize that it's not about being perfect or saintly. Being love actually comes naturally when you take a step back from your routine and attitudes and tune into who you really are. Your own natural intuition and the genuine wisdom of your heart will guide you. You have drawn this card today because the universe would like you to experience yourself as love so that you can feel your higher purpose firsthand. Trust that love is not an external thing that you must find and keep. It is unlimited and always with you. Hail to the yeah. Okay, our final card is Serendipity. Trust that your journey is unfolding naturally and gracefully. I'm also getting that with my crush readings, is that just and what we were doing, going with the flow, letting the universe handle it, and just using the synchronicities, the serendipity to get you in line. You don't need to plan out anything. Just go by the impulse power is what I'm saying. And then your person will be there. The person will find you. The path will find you, people. How often have you wondered, when? Uncertainty and waiting for your dreams to come true can be very frustrating. Most of the time, we want what we want, and we want it now. Yet we often look back on our lives and are able to appreciate the divine timing and serendipity that took place. Timing is a key element of life, whether you're longing to meet your beloved or craving a renewal of your current connection. It's often difficult or impossible to understand why your needs remain unfulfilled at a certain time. You might even doubt yourself or become disappointed with the universe. Developing your ability to trust in the greater forces that nurture and guide you is an empowering skill to have. Make sure that you're genuinely committed to having, doing, or being whatever you have asked for. Sometimes the universe will protect you from your own naivety so you can have more time to think things through. Next, make sure that you have done all you can from an earthly human perspective to help make your dreams a reality. If you're procrastinating, how can you expect the universe to deliver? Once all of that is taken care of, it's time to trust that divine timing and serendipity have taken over, and be prepared to listen to and act upon your intuition. When you feel the urge to follow something up or have a sense of knowing, go with it to discover where it leads. There are many steps on the path of your highest good, so be prepared for small miracles along the way rather than a big puff of smoke and total change. Divine timing and serendipity give you time to reconsider, refine, and adjust. Then they add a dash of magic, so there is an element of the unexpected too. Life wasn't meant to be predictable, and your future is not set in stone. So learn to go with the flow and allow your fascinating journey to unfold gracefully. Okay, that's all I have for today. I will talk to you again, my Soul Tribe Cult Collective, and thank you for visiting Divine Reading Rainbows Divination, where we read the rainbows out of our Reading Rainbows books. Okay. Bye.